What is going on, guys? It is your boy Childish back at it. Ooh, yeah, here we go. Episode 13 of Critical Thinking with Childish. We're going to be talking about two things, all right, with regards to the advanced arena tactics, understanding speed buffs, and then attack sequencing. So, for those of you guys that are having some trouble trying to figure out why certain units are going first before others, or what's the game plan here, what's going on with that. I'm going to try to go ahead and explain that. So, without further ado, we're going to talk about various things that can enhance speed. One of which I explained in my episode 8, I believe, of Critical Thinking, as far as the arena, the glory points, or the glory shop, and some of the items you can get. This one right here is the totem, the scribe totem. Basically, this is a straight speed modifier that gets added on to your base. And I'm gonna throw this out there on the forums, and I'm pretty sure that I'm right, that any and all speed modifiers that are the percentage-based speed modifiers from these totems or the leader skill is a modifier that's applied to the base. So if you have a unit with 100 base speed, okay, and you have between the leader skill, like in my tower, like right here I got 5%, and then for Jameer, I have 24%, whoops, there it is, 24% leader skill. That's going to be 29%, right, total. That modifier adds on to its base speed, okay? So if you have a unit with 110, or let's say 100 base speed, and how do I say? Okay, yeah. Okay, I got you. All right. Sorry, I try to go through this all in my head and explain this. It's like I understand it, but I gotta hit it. Let's say we got two units, Jameer and Lucian. They both have 150 speed, but Lucian has 100 base speed, and then plus 50 speed from various runes. Okay, we'll say Jameer has 100 and we'll say 117 speed, right? But he also has plus 33 from runes. Okay, so equal. So they both have 150, even though Lucian has more speed coming from runes, and then Jameer has more of his speed coming from his base stats. Okay, Jameer is always going to attack before Lucian, because even though they both have a 29% increase in speed from their leader skill and totem modifiers, 29% of 117 is going to give you more raw speed than 29% of 100. Does that make sense? I think it does. Okay. So that being the case, you're going to get more speed from those modifiers, which will in turn mean more speed for the unit. All right. So what does that mean for somebody that's trying to figure out their attack sequencing? So let's say, for example, and this, like I said, this is probably going to be an arena defense of mine. It's definitely exploitable, but again, I'm at the point where I just don't have the composition of units and runes right now to be very, very doable, or very strong in the arena defense at the conqueror level. At the fighter level, it's no big deal. I win quite a few amounts, but when I'm up there in the 1800s, it's definitely hard. So let's scroll down here. Let's find him. All right. So, obviously he's not upgraded, but he's gonna be beast mode eventually. Okay. So with this particular setup, and understanding the modifiers, how everything works, attack sequencing is basically it's my coin term of taking a look at your units, figuring out their base speed, their speed, not only their base speed, but finding out their calculated speed after all the modifiers have been in, and then figure out, who is going, ahead of who, right? So in my arena defense here, I'm definitely going to want Megan to be the first one, to have the chance for her to buff all my units, right? And then no matter what, I'm going to make sure that I get runes, if I spec them Rage Blade, Despair Focus, whatever I do, I'm going to make sure that the runes that I choose for both of these units are going to have at least, I think it's 15 speed total, okay? The reason being, because I already looked it up, Lucian has 103 base speed when he's awakened, and Jameer has 117 base speed when he's awakened. So if I get plus 15, I'll be at 118 speed, and everybody gets all the speed modifiers, so these guys will attack first. Why would I want them to attack first? Because obviously with their two very, very strong AoE attacks, that's two opportunities to land an AoE attack that ignores defense, and then after they attack, Jameer resets the skill, because his third skill, if anybody has not seen him, resets all the skills you have, and then I get an opportunity to use those skills again, assuming that I do. So one thing I might do, it's funny, I don't know when I'm going to post this video, but Drago and I have been going back and forth for 3 days as far as talking about this stuff. I love it because we talk on a daily basis, 4 or 5 times a day, about all these various strategies, and we've gone back and forth about Rage Blade, Despair versus Rage on Lucian, considering that there might be a nerf, this and that, whatever. We've gone back and forth, but if I, and it just kind of depends on when I get the runes, I'm going to be doing a lot of farming, but there's definitely a reason for both, to utilize either 2 Rage or a Rage Despair combo or whatnot, because obviously with the Rage and Despair, that allows me not only to have the opportunity to do a ton of damage, but then have the opportunity to stun, because with 2 AoE units and then an opportunity to reset so that they both use their AoEs again, that's even more than enough reason to have at least one unit go Despair. And of course, just because he doesn't, he goes Despair doesn't mean that he, won't do a lot of damage. If you find a lot of Despair runes that have really, really quality substats, you will do exceptionally well in the arena. So, kind of to finish off this video, I'm going to showcase my man Yasul from the forums. Him and I go way back. He's on my friends list now. I hit Yasul. I appreciate you, man. I apparently I'm part of the cool kids crew. I'm on your friends list, so beast mode. I about shit my pants when I saw his 2 Despair focused units here. So check this. He's rocking the same thing where he's doing the Lucian, okay? Working on his skills and whatnot. But take a look at his stats. Despair Blade, which we just talked about, but take a look at those stats. Okay, 83% chance to crit, 131% chance for crit damage. Yeah, buddy. Okay, if you can get your crit up that much with substats, in addition to crit damage, that's pretty insane. And how is he doing that? With a 4-slot crit damage rune, attack up here, and then crit damage. And then another one here, we got attack, crit damage, and attack. So if you take a look at all these runes, the substats is what makes this unit a champ, and allows him to make up for all the stats that he loses, using recommended sets like Fatal or Rage or whatever. So if you can, and of course, if you saw some of these have an absurd amount of speed. Take a look here. He has the 120. He has 25 extra speed on there. So, something like that would be great for myself when I'm trying to, get my sequencing up there. So, the homework for you guys, if you're, not too strong in the arena, go back to your units, take a look at all your units, all your main units for the arena, and take a look at all the base speeds, okay? And then if you have additional runes that you can swap and swatch out, swap out, swap, blah, blah. Okay, I'm good. If you can swap out to, and change the sequencing of your units when you're attacking or defending, I would definitely recommend trying that out if you have the available runes. If you're low on runes or low on money or both, definitely don't do it, because if you're trying to swap out 5-6-star runes, that can get pretty expensive. But it's definitely worth a shot. Attack sequencing is here, and it's here to stay. If you don't plan that shit out, it'll definitely be some chaos for you in the arena, okay? So hopefully this wasn't too long of a video. Just two separate topics, and just trying to explain to you guys how you can optimize your team with speed modifiers as well as attack and sequencing to maximize the amount of DPS you can put out. All right. So again, guys, thank you for tuning in. This is Childish for ChildlishPlays, checking out for Arena 13. Fail. Episode 13 of Critical Thinking with Childish. Take it easy, guys. God bless, and we will see you in the next video.